And hello, all of my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back once again to Doki Doki Literature Club Purist Mod. Last time we were continuing on the Natsuki route, and we're going to be continuing on that route today. I'm not sure what's going to be in store for us, I'm gonna just try and read ahead and see what we got. I text back saying that will be fine, and proceed to try and make myself look at least slightly presentable. A little bit later, I hear a knock at my door. I open it up and see Natsuki standing there, looking slightly impatient, but also happy to see me. So, are you ready or what? I'm guessing that you're ready, so that means I'm ready too. Alright, I'm hoping you're not too slow when helping me with this, by the way. Well, I'll try my best. I've gone grocery shopping plenty of times, so it's not like there's going to be any issue. But for all I know, Natsuki could be some pro grocery shopper or something, if that even exists. Hey, professional sleeping is an actual thing, so I wouldn't really put it past people to make professional grocery shopping a real thing. Oh, okay, whoa, wait a second, This is a new background. This is a brand new background. I haven't seen this one before. Oh, goodness. We arrive at a large supermarket that I don't think I've ever been to. There's large crowds scrambling around, which makes it slightly difficult to see where everything is. Come on, we've got a lot of time, but not that much time. We walk further inside, and I wait on Natsuki to tell me the details of this trip. We're in KO Supermarket, a large store that should have everything we need for now. Interesting, I've never heard of this place. Anything special about it? What's great about the store are the low prices on mostly everything, which makes this place the obvious pick. Oh, so kind of like Dollar Tree. Gotcha. You should start coming here too. Unless you have bad taste in grocery stores or something. I didn't know it was possible to have a bad taste in places to shop for food, but I do now. What are we going to be buying anyway? Cupcake supplies, duh! It's important to always be stocked up on ingredients. That's fair. Where do we start? First up is flour. Follow me. It's just a few aisles away. Wouldn't it be more convenient if we split up to get more done instead? Natsuki freezes. Nah, we're fine like this. Whatever you say, Natsuki. We head over to the flour and sugar section, and Natsuki looks through the flowers. Oh, there are many of the same kind, but each are different brands. I noticed that Natsuki is taking a while to pick something out. I don't think brand is going to affect the taste too much. It's not about the brand, price is the most important thing here. You have to check the size of each bag and compare it to how much it costs versus other sizes. Stuff like 3 4-pound bags of flour being cheaper overall than a single 10-pound bag. You mean? 10-pound bag, you mean? Basically, it's a long process, and even though we should have enough time to do this, you have to be very careful. I see. I didn't realize you were so thorough on this kind of stuff. Well, if you can save money, then why wouldn't you, right? Natsuki does bring up a good point. I never really paid attention to those kinds of things when shopping. Well, that, and I hated doing math. I am the actual opposite. I love doing math. Like, anything that you have to take seriously always comes down to math, no matter what. People say math is a useless skill. It isn't. It actually is not. It helps you every single day life. Even if you basically just subconsciously do it right now. Like how I've done the math on quite a few percent of you are not subscribed to the channel, which you totally should. Seriously, I promise you guys will definitely love the content that's coming later. Unless you don't. I mean, I don't know. But seriously, consider subscribing if you haven't. And if you're coming back on the regular and you haven't subscribed, why aren't you? You're coming back anyways. So yeah, and be sure to click the bell too, so you don't miss a single notification. Anyways. A few moments later, Natsuki finally picks out a bag of flour. Here, hold this. Without giving me time to react, she throws the bag at me and I barely catch it as she looks at her shopping list again. It It would have been faster for her to just put the flower in the shopping cart, but we took the shopping cart we took before coming in. But I guess she must have been in too much of a rush to think straight. Okay, next up are eggs. We move over to the aisle that has all the egg cartons. As Natsuki is picking which kind to buy again, I decide to strike up a conversation. Are you making these cupcakes for an event or something? That part's not important. Trust me. I don't know. If it's not important, I don't think there'd be an issue with telling me. If you're making it for someone, I can keep a secret. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough anyway. Shouldn't you be helping me right now or something? I really have no idea what I'm supposed to be helping with in the first place. I like to sigh, but it's not that I haven't gotten used to Natsuki's occasional moments of bizarre logic. I wouldn't mind doing that, but I don't know how I'm supposed to help. Let's see, what's next on the list maybe? I think it's in the shopping cart. As Natsuki mentioned, I find the list while peering into the cart. Next up should be butter. Alright, let's get going. Natsuki finds the perfect carton of eggs to put into the cart. We continue our trip once more. I was wondering, Natsuki, want me to help you bake the cupcakes once we're done with all this? Natsuki looks off to the side and then back to me. Normally I would, but yeah? I'll just say this is a special occasion. Oh, I see. I quiet down as I wonder what that's supposed to mean. This whole thing felt a bit strange to me. Was it a date or was it not? Maybe I'm misinterpreting things, but at the same time, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like spending more time with Natsuki. Maybe one day I could ask her out on an actual date. You know, actually call it a date and have us specifically refer to it as a date. But I don't think that I'd ever have the courage to do that, so I may as well just forget it for now. Our shopping trip continued until we had all the supplies we needed and headed to the self-checkout stand. I noticed Natsuki pulls out a membership card for this place, so she must have been even more of a regular than I thought. Right, how much is that for all this? It should be... Oh wow, that's a new record. New record? Yeah, I like to see how cheap I can get this stuff for, not counting coupons, of course. You know, that's cheap enough that I wouldn't mind paying for it. I have the money on me, I think. Natsuki looks a bit nervous. You don't have to do that. Actually, if you seriously want to, then sure. Of course, I don't mind. Natsuki smiles for a moment. Thanks, but remember that you volunteered, so I'm not paying you back. After we get everything together, we walk out while carrying a few grocery bags. Well, I'm certainly not an expert on shopping for food, but I had to admit this was fun. It's usually boring, but it was nice to have someone to come along, so I guess I have you to thank for that. Yeah. There was an awkward silence. I had the urge to say something, but I couldn't figure out what entirely it was. Natsuki? Yeah? Nope, I can't do this. Good luck baking those cupcakes. Of course. And, Natsuki also struggled to get out whatever she was trying to say. Good luck with whatever you usually do. What was I supposed to say here? Thanks. You answered your own question, buddy. Thanks? That was it? You know, one day I'll confess my feelings, or maybe Natsuki will beat me to it, if she even has feelings strong enough to overcome her pride. Ugh, sorry, something stuck on my lip. But regardless of what happens, I'll be there for her. I sit in my bed at home, trying to put things into perspective. It hasn't been that long since I joined the Literature Club, but it's still been long enough. Long enough for me to feel that I have a connection with the club members, and most importantly, Natsuki. When Sayori first asked me to join the club, I didn't think it would lead to this. Sure, I've had feelings for girls in the past, but I don't think they've been as strong as they were when I'm with Natsuki. She can be difficult to get through too, but it's still a genuine kindness to her underneath all her insecurities. And hey, it's good when a girl shares my interest in manga. Thinking about it, it's interesting how manga has gotten us closer to each other, too. Not only reading it together, but when we tried making our own manga yesterday as well. It doesn't matter that we barely got anywhere. She was clearly enjoying herself, and so was I. I don't, I don't know how I don't know what has been coming over me, but I pick up on my phone without thinking and text message Natsuki. Good night. I feel incredibly embarrassed at doing so too. Do friends even do that? It's not like we're in a relationship. What was I thinking? Expecting the worst, I soon get a response from Natsuki. You too. Smile. Aww. My mind is put at ease, but then I'm wondering other things too. If I were to confess, what would I even say? When would it happen? Would something happen that would push me to say it? Barely know anything at this point. All I know is that tomorrow is a new day, and I get to enjoy spending time with Natsuki, and hopefully she enjoys spending time with me. Oh, there's that sound that I hate. Man, did I even get any sleep last night? It's hard for me to tell with how tired I am. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Another day means another session with the literature club. Although, that's not to say that's a bad thing. Which reminds me, I wonder how Natsuki is doing. I mean, things were a bit awkward after we left the grocery store. No, that's the wrong way to think of things. If I keep getting nervous about this, I'm not going to get anywhere. In the end, what's going to happen will happen. For now, I just need to live my life the way I normally do, and so I turn off my alarm clock and get ready for school. With another dull day of class over, did I ever mention that I hate French class? No, you didn't mention that whatsoever. Yeah, fun fact about me, I didn't take Spanish or French. I took Italian when I was in high school because I thought it was a more interesting language. And plus some words in Italian are the same in Spanish anyways, so I'm basically also getting Spanish lessons, so yippee. Even though technically it's Italian, they just happen to share a couple words. I walk into the room and see all the members doing their own thing. The exception to this is Natsuki, who is sitting with her head down at a desk. It's possible that she's asleep, but it's hard to tell. Hey Richie, it's good to see that you came. After greeting Monica, Yuri, and Sayori, I walk over to Natsuki. Natsuki, you awake? Natsuki slowly rubs her eye after realizing it was my voice she heard. Her head perks up. I like to think she perked up because it was my voice specifically, but I'm jumping to conclusions at this point. It's about time you showed up. Natsuki stretches her arms and yawns. Did you not get much sleep last night? I guess you could say that. Was something keeping you up then? I have been thinking of something a lot, yeah. Nothing to do with you or anything like that. Yeah, same here. Huh? Probably could have worded that better. Oh, it's nothing. I had trouble sleeping last night too. Yeah. Either way, we were both tired or we were both flustered, because it was clear that we had been confused by what was going on and yet didn't question it. Ain't that just humanity? Maybe it was both. I did know for sure that things had felt different lately. So what should we do today? Natsuki yawns again and closes her eyes. There's always manga. I'd like it if you read it to me, actually. Natsuki quickly opens her eyes, realizing how strange it is for her to say something like that. I didn't mean like that. I'm just super tired, okay? It feels strange to see a side of Natsuki that's this calm. Like her tense attitude is worn off. That has to be an effect that not getting enough sleep has on some people. We spent some time together reading manga. Although Natsuki asked me to read to her because she was tired, she went back to being her usual self pretty soon. Okay, everyone. We all turned towards Monica. Since it's been a while since we held an event, I was thinking of things we could do. We participated in the school festival only a few days ago, though. As I was saying, I decided that we should do something nice and simple to help get us to know each other better. As long as it's not something stupid like Natsuki interrupted. And that's right, we're doing show and tell. Show and tell? You mean the thing Will you bring an item and tell people about it? Isn't that like something only little kids do though? Yeah, I actually do remember doing that in my old elementary school. I actually did that when I was a kid, and I had a lot of cool things to show and tell. Yeah, but it still holds a lot of value. For one thing, it's good for improving our public speaking skills. Not that you guys did a bad job at the festival, but there's always room for improvement. It'll also help us get to know each other better, especially you, Richie, since you haven't been a part of the club for that long. This is embarrassing. Couldn't you have picked something less terrible? Just because half the people here act like kids doesn't mean we have to treat them like it. I'll admit, I was running out of ideas for events, and this was the last one I could think of, but still. Then, do you have any event ideas that come to mind, Natsuki? Natsuki stops to think. Well, come on, Yuri, you shouldn't put someone on the spot like that. It seems like this is my time to step in. Why don't we just write poems together? We already do that. That's the point of this club, Richie. Oh yeah. Actually, I have a potential suggestion. Go ahead, Yuri. We could write all our names down on separate slips of paper and draw them out of a hat. The name that gets picked decides on the activity that they enjoy. For example, if Natsuki's name is picked, we could all read manga together. This would encourage us to broaden our interests while ensuring that the selection process is completely fair. Well, what does everyone else think? Sounds good to me. May work, but don't expect me to show up if it's something dumb. I'll drag you there then. How about we do the raffle now and sort out the details later? I agree. I'll set it up. Yuri writes down everyone's names and then comes up to us with a request. Well, we need some along with the lines of a hat to put these in. I have a cat beanie if that'll work. Natsuki grabs a beanie out of her backpack. It has the design of a cutely drawn gray cat, which is something I'd expect from her at this point. It's your beanie, so you should probably draw the names, Natsuki. In a few moments, the drawing is already over. Natsuki looks at the paper that was drawn and reads it. Richie. Wait, me? Yes, you. I didn't expect to win the raffle, honestly. It was only a 1 in 5 chance after all, but I guess it's all on me now. Imagine winning a 1 in 5. It's never me. So, what event do you have in mind? Oh, wait. Right, an event. I didn't think about what I'd choose for an activity either. It should be something both me and Natsuki would enjoy, though. Ooh. I don't know how much this is gonna... I don't know how much this is gonna affect the thing. I mean, reading is the most literature thing you can do, right? But watching anime, though... I don't want to paint my character as predictable. And baking something... Come on. Do we look like the baking club? But then again, Natsuki enjoys baking, so it doesn't really matter. You know what? I guess read manga. I don't know. It's a literature club after all, right? How about we read some manga? Manga isn't my preferred form of reading, but I'd be fine with it nonetheless. I'd be up for it, but you probably already knew that. How's this going to work, though? Will we all read from the same book? It might be a bit cramped if we do that. We could each read a different book and share our thoughts once we're done reading it, right? Maybe? Well, it's not exactly the most social group activity, but it is your choice. Let's do it then. Natsuki, why don't you pick a series out for everyone? I'll do you a favor and help choose what each person would like too. After choosing out a manga for each of us to read, we read it in silence as we all open to the first page of each one. Natsuki and I choose to read the same manga since it is something we've done for so long. We chose the spin-off to Parfait Girls, Ice Cream Sundae Girls. Of course they would have a spin-off. Once we were done reading it, I asked Natsuki for her thoughts on it. It's okay. It's a decent attempt to spin-off, but kind of misses the original point of Parfait Girls. Still enjoyable though. Yeah, I agree. It was decent, but that's about it. Well, now you can say you've read it, can't you? I'm not sure I could think of many situations where I'd be bragging about reading this, but you never know. I looked towards Natsuki again and realized something extremely surprising. We're really holding hands. But when did that happen? Was it me or her who did it? For now, I should keep quiet, but as Monica walks over, I see you two are enjoying yourselves. Natsuki and I look down and notice, although this was her first time seeing it, I think. Oh? We quickly move our hands away. Aw, you didn't have fun? No, we had fun. It's just, Hmm? None of your business. Instead of outright denying any claims about it, about if something was going on between us, Natsuki instead tells Monica to back off. I wonder if that counts as progress. They slowly just fade out of existence. They just slowly fade out. I have no idea what happened there, but afterwards, the rest of the days seemed to vanish. I definitely have had fun the whole way through. I can't wait for tomorrow. Life's looking brighter than ever. I don't think anything could bring it down at this point. Uh, what did they say about foreshadowing exactly? I don't know what they say about foreshadowing, but that's definitely some foreshadowing. I feel really happy today. Maybe it's because of Natsuki or maybe it's not, but man, I haven't felt this good in a long time. Luckily, life has a way of making sure that happiness doesn't last, as I find a concerning message on my phone this morning from Natsuki. I need to talk to you about something. This wasn't Natsuki's usual texting style. I feel filled with emoticons or emojis. Instead, it gave off more of a serious tone. Granted, that didn't mean it was anything bad. It might not even be anything important at all. But just the thought of what the message can mean scared me. If earlier I felt like nothing could bring me down, now I feel like I've been brought back to reality. I respond asking her what's going on. Several minutes pass until I get a response. It's nothing. Never mind. There's no way that it was nothing. I suspect that there's definitely something going on, but if Natsuki doesn't want to tell me, then that's that. It's none of my business, right? But I wish it was. I wish I could help. All I can do now, though, is respect her wishes. Of course, I'm probably looking way too deep into this anyway. I walk into the literature club and see a familiar scene that I always do. Siri and Monica are working on poems, Yuri is reading a book in the corner of the room, and Natsuki is sitting alone at a desk. I walk over to Natsuki and sit down next to her. Hi. Natsuki speaks up in a monotone voice. Hey, I think we should read some manga? Whatever you want. Earlier I said that this was none of my business, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least curious. I still need to respect her feelings though, so for now we'll keep reading manga and if what's going on with her becomes relevant, I'll know. Going over to the closet, I search for the next volume of Ice Cream Sundae Girls. Once I find it, I go back to the desk. Ice Cream Sundae Girls again? Well, what we read last time was mediocre, but who's to say the doesn't get better over time? Me, I've read the series. It doesn't get better over time. Oh. Read it to me anyway, okay? Are you tired again or something? That's one thing. That's one thing, yeah. I just don't feel like myself today. I'm always willing to help if you need it. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. What's that supposed to mean? I mean, I like to think that I'm a fairly reliable guy. Was I misinterpreting her statement? Come on, read already. Yeah, of course. That, well, that ended up being a day. Then it was back in my house as anxious as usual. Before I knew it, it was the next morning. Another text came from Natsuki, this one worrying me even more. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what? What am I not supposed to worry about? Saying that makes me even more worried. For what reason, though? I don't know much about Natsuki when it comes down to it. I know she doesn't live a perfect life, but None of us do. Am I getting this nervous for nothing? Will any of this matter in a month or even a week? As things are, I'll continue to stand by Natsuki's side. There's nothing else that would make me happy. If I if I can continue to be able to do that, at least. Back in the literature club and go up to Natsuki, who is once again sitting alone at a desk. What's up? Nothing. I doubt it's truly nothing, though. She seems more distant than usual. Like I said before, just remember that if you want to talk to me, I'm here for you. Sure. I read manga to her again, but she didn't seem to be enjoying it nearly as much. But hey, not much else I can do, right? Another day passed, leading to another morning and another text. I said not to worry about it. This confirmed my suspicions about there being something major going on. I don't know what it is, though, and I doubt I'll be able to easily find it. The rest of the day involved Natsuki giving me the cold shoulder, though, so that's starting to become consistent. Things repeated like this for several days. Natsuki continued to get colder and colder towards me until one day, things were different. I wake up and check my phone as usual. I get a message from Natsuki. This one worries me the most, because it feels like this past week had been leading up to something, and I was finally about to find out what it was. We need to get something straight. The literature club after everyone's left will work fine. Okay. And here I am in the literature club. Before I can grab any manga, Natsuki tells me not to bother. So we sat there together, both bored yet nervous at the same time, unaware of what today would lead to. Natsuki knew much more than I did, though. A few hours feel like they pass before Natsuki decides to look around. Okay, everyone's gone. What was it you wanted to tell me? Where do I start? I'm so confused by everything. I keep trying to figure out if I'm making the right choices if or if even discussing this with you is a good idea. Oh, we're about to get into some serious territory. If I have to put any warnings in the beginning of this video, I probably will. I know I'm saying that like 27 minutes in, but trust me, it'll be relevant earlier. Thinking about it, it's not a good idea. Why did I even send that text to you? Why did I think making a decision at 2 a.m. was okay to do? Whatever, it doesn't matter. All I have to say now is Natsuki anxiously twiddles her thumbs for a moment and slams her hands on the desk, startling me. What's wrong with you? I thought you would have left, so why are you still here? What are you talking about? We're friends, aren't we? I was so cold to you. I tried scaring you off. I tried to retreat and be by myself. Why didn't it work? Why haven't you left me yet? As mean as I can be, even I can't get much crueler. Natsuki, I figured it out. Not what Natsuki's been intending or anything like that. No, I can worry about that later. I finally figured out what it was time for that. I realized this was the moment. Because if not now, then when? I have to say this. Because I want to be there for you. Because I want you to be able to trust me. Because no matter what, I always want to help. I take a deep breath. Most important of all, though, is because I like you. A lot. Natsuki is stunned. She stands there for several moments until tears start rolling down her face. You can't make this easy for me, can you? Dang it, I like you too, but that's not the point. I can't keep living like this. Natsuki bursts into tears and hugs me. Things that are happening so fast, yet I don't think I have time to think. Like I said, I'll always be there for you. That's a promise, Natsuki. Natsuki's words come out in between her sobs. I don't get it. What did I do to deserve to have someone be this nice to me? Deep breaths, Natsuki. It'll be okay. I'll make sure of that. Time felt like it froze, except for Sayori, who I had to shoo away when she walked by. Anyway, that'll probably come up later, but I don't particularly care for them at the moment. And she fades out of existence. Peace. All I care about right now is comforting Natsuki. You can trust me, Natsuki. I don't know what your life is like right now, but I can say with absolute certainty that you can trust me. Natsuki tries to speak up, but is so exhausted that no words come out of her mouth. Just relax. And she does. She relaxes so much she falls asleep still in my arms. Well, it was a nice feeling, but I did eventually get a bit tired of standing up. Alright, Natsuki. Natsuki wakes up and yawns. Huh? What happened? Nothing happened. You had a bad day and needed to let it all out. That's all. I was serious, though. I do have feelings for you. But it's complicated. Yeah. I scrambled my brain to think of an idea. The weekend's almost here, so maybe... There's no school tomorrow, so I've got an idea. You don't have to agree to it, but I think you should. Let's have a day where we forget about all the bad things. We could go somewhere to eat, for example. It doesn't have to be called a date either. Just a relaxation day. Does that sound good to you? Natsuki briefly smiles. Sure. Then it's settled. I'll text you the details, okay? Got it. I'll be looking forward to it, I guess. Natsuki starts walking out in the classroom. And, thank you. Anytime. Oop. Soon after I slowly walk home, yet only when I'm laying in bed do things really sink in. Seriously, I confessed to Natsuki. I actually did it, and she said she liked me back too? Holy crap, I had my suspicions, sure, but to actually hear the words, the feeling is incredible. She did say that things were complicated. I don't really know what that means, but for now, it doesn't matter. All I'm thinking about is tomorrow, and that'll be the best day ever. As for what happens after, that doesn't matter to me. I don't want to worry about that yet. What matters are my feelings now. One day separated from everything else, a day of peace, a day that felt like filler in our lives. I don't know. I feel like I should stop here, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep going. And see what we got. So I got a lot more energy than I normally do. That day was today. There was plenty of time until me and Natsuki were supposed to go to dinner, though until then I messaged her about the variety of dumb stuff. She gushed about her favorite anime, and I gushed about mine. That sort of thing. It felt good just to talk like this, and before I knew it, it was already almost 7 p.m. I really like this variation of her theme. It's so cute. It's not long until I hear a knock at the door and open up to see it's Natsuki, who looks happy for the first time in a while. I'm guessing you're ready then? Yep. And so it begins. We headed off to a restaurant I picked, and it was a pretty fancy choice, or at least a place that would never normally go to. But this is a special occasion, isn't it? I don't mind stepping out of my comfort zone sometimes. Wait, this backdrop! Okay, this looks really cool. We walk into the front doors of the restaurant, and I go up to the host behind the front counter. I believe I called yesterday for a reservation for 2. Of course, sir. Natsuki smirks. Sir? I think it fits me quite well, personally. Whatever, sir. Ahem. First name? Richie. Last name? My last name is not important. Right. After we head towards our table, we sit down and look at the menus in front of us. Excuse me? I look up from my menu. What's wrong? They gave me the freaking kids menu. For real? Yeah, can you believe it? Natsuki shows me the menu, which does turn out to be a kids menu. Oh, I right-clicked. To be fair, it's not that unlikely for them to have made that mistake. Still, though, I'm small, yeah, but that's it. Small. I'm not 12 anymore. I don't need a stupid kids menu. An employee walking by notices something going on, and she quickly walks over. Is something the matter? Yeah, I'm not a kid anymore, so what's up with the kids menu? It's not a big deal, please get her another menu. I see. One moment then. The employee walks off. I'm just saying. Natsuki, just because I'm short doesn't mean anything. Short adults exist, you know, and some of them are probably hot too. They don't look as good as me, of course, but still. After sighing, I look around to see if the few people starting to stare at us. I totally agree, but try not to draw too much attention to us, though. Natsuki sits back and crosses her arms and pouts. It's the truth, though. I look and see the employee walking back to us. Here you are, madam. I raise an eyebrow as the employee walks away. And you joked about me being called sir? At least I deserve my title. Well, who am I to say otherwise? We should probably start looking at our menus now, though. We're both glancing over our menus. I try to look up at Natsuki's facial expressions to see what I think is a gas behind that menu. It's that expensive? This has got to be a typo. Oh, it's an upper-class restaurant with upper-class prices. Richie, what were you thinking? It's one thing that I can't pay for this, but I can't make you spend this much money on either. Why not? It wouldn't feel right. Hey, it's my money. I've got enough of it too. So what else am I going to spend it on? That was a lie. I'm close to being broke, but it sounded good at the time, so I said it anyway. Regardless, I slowly lean closer. Besides, you're worth it. Natsuki gets flustered and seems to forget how to respond. I'll find some way to get my money's worth. Maybe I can feed you since memories are more valuable than money alone and all that. Natsuki looks even more stunned. What? Come on, I was kidding. Unless you want me to feed you. What the heck? Since when was I confident I did the excuse? Since when did I use that? I don't even remember what that key is called. Fine. If you want me to hurry up and order something that badly, then I will. Natsuki pulls up a menu again, but before she does, I quickly catch a smile on her face. I guess I can't have messed up that badly then. After we're done ordering our dishes, we have a moment to ourselves. Nice place, eh? It was the fanciest restaurant I could find. It doesn't mean it's okay for them to rip you off. I ordered the cheapest thing on the menu, by the way, so you're welcome for that. Like I said, you're worth it. I wanted to choose somewhere nice with memorable food. Unless their food is memorable for the wrong reasons. You still seem tense. I put my hand close to hers. May I? She nods she nods her head as we proceed to hold hands. Forget about everything else for now and enjoy the moment. You're not so bad at this romance thing after all. Not that it matters. We already said this wasn't a date anyway. This moment was perfection. Your order? Never mind. Thanks. The employee behind me walks around the table, delivering each of our meals. Enjoy! The employee walks away as we're about to dig into our food. I ordered fried lobster while Natsuki ordered macaroni and cheese. Oh, irony. You gotta admit, that this has been fun, hasn't it? Yeah, it's nice to get away from life sometimes. Although I will say that this mac and cheese... She takes a bite of her meal. Meh. The plate of the pasta is exquisite. There's a perfect amount of cheese, both melted and shredded. Well, maybe. I don't actually know, frankly. It just looks like your average dish of mac and cheese to me. That's quite the mac and cheese, huh? I'll share some of my food if you like. Nah, I'm not a fan of lobster. Natsuki plays with her fingers and says something in a quiet voice. But, thanks for offering. Man, it feels good. It feels good. I feel like I've finally gotten through to her, which is all I wanted. Once we finish our meal, I write a check and get ready to leave. I notice Natsuki looking shyly at me. We should do this again sometime. Think about it. It's more assuring than an outright no, I guess. Thanks for everything, Richie. I really enjoyed being with you. Me too, Natsuki. I'll see you at school in a few days then? Yep. We stare into each other's eyes for a brief moment, only for both of us to quickly look away once we realize what we're doing. Why does this feel familiar? Yeah, later. Bye. And that was the end of the most calming day I've had in a long time. After today's success, I sit on my bed and decide to think about it. So many things could have gone wrong today, but they didn't. Today felt like pure bliss. It feels wonderful to have a day that I can look back on like this. When I look back on a lot of my memories, for example, they might They might seem happy, but only during that moment. The rest of the day could have been awful. But today was great from start to finish. I hope that things continue to stay like this. They probably won't though, but that's something I'll deal with tomorrow if it comes up. For now though, it's time to sleep. Whenever I wake up to check my phone, it was usually to see if I receive any texts from people in general. No though, it's to see if I've been messaged from Natsuki. I think it's interesting how things change over time. She didn't message me this morning, by the way, which is fair, seeing as I didn't message her this morning either. Although it's not like she's obligated to message me in the first place. I don't think she's messaged me this whole weekend, actually. Regardless, since the weekend is over now and there's school today, I'm heading off there. Alright, I think I might actually leave this video here for now. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave this here for now, so we'll continue this on another day. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.